Hi, my name is Sandy Kane. I'm the Director of Performance Improvement and Risk Management at Southwest Medical Center. I'm a long-term employee. I've worked here for 25 plus years. I've been working in this department for 5 years.
And my name is Keely, and I'm the Marketing Director here at Southwest Medical Center. I've been here for about 1.5 years now. And we'll take just a few minutes to review some quick tips on how to round on other departments. So our very first tip is to know who you're rounding on. This not only means that you want to know the other person and what they do, but you want to know when they're busy and when it would be best for them to stop by. So for the ER, they're very busy on Friday mornings. You don't want to try to set rounding on a Friday morning. You want to be able to catch that person when it's most convenient for them. You also want to make sure that you know that person. So if they're a new manager within the hospital, you'll want to go and let them know who you are, let them know what your skill set is, and also learn their skill set so that you can better work together on different projects. Sandy, I know you were really busy last week with the alarm safety surveys, so I'm glad that you were able to take time to meet with me today. How did that project turn out for you?
Very well. We got the alarm safety project surveys all complete with the help of Crystal Sanchez from Education, so we're ready to move on to something else.
Very good.
We're going to talk a little bit about taking an inventory list. And this most generally is a list of shared projects that you are working on with the individual that you're rounding on. So it's good to go over that project list to ensure that the completion of those projects.
So I took some time to list some of the projects that we've been working on recently, and I wanted to take some time just to go over those to make sure that we're on track with where we need to be. So can I ask you, how did the quality measures newsletters that we've been working on work out for you this month?
They were great. Actually, we completed all the measure sets. We did that over several months, and you're very good to get those out. And we're able to complete all the books on the floor. And actually, the month that we didn't do the measure quality newsletter, we had staff asking where the newsletter was. So I think it went over great.
That's excellent.
Thanks, yes.
Tip number 3 is to make sure that you're walking away with wins. This means you want to schedule ahead of time with the other department manager so that they have time to think about some of the questions that they know that you're going to be asking, such as, is there anyone I can recognize from your department? When people are able to think a few days ahead of time, they'll be able to reflect on what they've seen out of your department, and you'll be able to walk away with positive feedback that you can share with your staff. So is there anything that you want to recognize any of my department members for? Anything that you've seen that was above and beyond expectations for you?
Yes, I knew that you'd be rounding on me today, so I did jot down some things. Sandra from up front, I saw her the other day in the cafeteria, and there's an elderly gentleman there having a little bit difficulty getting his coffee. So she actually showed him to his seat and then went back and got the coffee. And as usual, there's always great comments about Sandra from up front.
Very good. I'll be sure to share that with her.
Great. Tip number 4, the importance of knowing your shared limb goals with the individual that you're rounding on, and discuss how you can collaborate in reaching those goals.
So I know one of your heavily weighted goals is our joint accountability numbers. We want to stay above 85% on those. So is there any way that my department can help impact those numbers for you? Is there anything that we can work on together that would help?
Well, your continued help with staff education is great, and we'll just focus on those departments that seem to be struggling a little bit and getting some good information out to them. And you always format it well, and I think it's a good education tool, and I think that we can continue to work on those projects.
Perfect.
So, good.
Our final tip is to go through and do a recap of the meeting, go over any of the new items that you're going to be addressing in the future, go through, and if you had addressed any type of task, make sure you know who will be handling that task. And if you have any dates in the future that you'll be reviewing those with, go back and set those dates and make sure everyone knows what the expectations are. So just to recap, something that will be new for us is the Joint Commission ratings, going through and doing new education on those. So I will have you email those to me tomorrow, and that means that by the end of the week I should be able to help put together a new education campaign that can help address some of those issues in some of those departments.
Correct, yeah. And as we talked earlier, I can continue to help provide you information on those and the percentages and where we're at with each of the quality measures.
Okay.
So it'd be good.
Perfect. I think we've covered just about everything, so I will make sure and come around on you here again by the end of October. That'll be a good time for us to revisit some of these if that works for you.
It does. Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that some of these tips will help you as you go around on different departments in the future. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.